Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and welcome to episode 15 of FTB Revelations with Direwolf20. Today I am working on a canola power gen system. So last episode we totally got our canola farm up and running here. And it's doing a great job so far. Like really quite pleased with how well it's working out. Not having any real issues with it. We're just producing canola, bunch of sludge on the side, pretty spiffy. We've got some canola seeds going on. We got a lot of canola itself being produced. These guys are doing a pretty good job of maintaining themselves, so I'm not too worried about it. I think everything's going to work out pretty well here. We could speed up some of this plant growth, but I'm not sure that we need it just yet. I'm hoping that that's enough canola to get us started, right, and not worry too much about it. If we wanted to do something, right, like we could do, we've got watering cans. I actually made one between episodes, that's right, I made a hardened one just to help speed things up there. But we could totally do things, right, like I think sprinklers may be a thing in this pack. Yeah, look, the open block sprinkler is totally there. That's cool. And then obviously some other, plant-based growth thingies that help out. Maybe we'll do something cool with Thaumcraft. I don't know. I want to do something different and fun in this series, and I want to do things I haven't done in a while. So that's kind of what we're looking at. For today, I'd like to look at getting the atomic reconstructor up and running, which should be about 3 mouse clicks before we can make it. Oh, look. Really? We can't be that low on iron. We can't possibly be that low on iron. That can't be accurate. Can that be accurate? There's no way I'm that low on iron. What? Where'd all my iron go? Alright, so to be fair, I probably used a lot of it, but that's alright. We can just handle this real quick. We do that, and then we give ourselves a little bit of boosting time, and then suddenly we have lots of iron, and I'm down with that. Now, it's probably going to wreck my energy, which is probably a really bad idea right now, but that's okay. We'll be fine. Nobody panic. How are we for coal? I can totally grab a stack here and help boost this dude up, so that should help just produce a little bit of power for us. Hey, look, iron. Woohoo! I was all prepared for that to be a lot easier than it was. All right, cool. We're going to set up like the basic pressure plate system for the atomic reconstructor, and then we'll probably do a little bit more fancier automation with that very soon. But for now, like a basic pressure plate equals, kind of thing. Yeah, 100%, that's what's up. Cool. And this is also probably going to be temporary right here. Now, did we find out? That's right. Flux ducts do not connect to energy conduits. So I should probably just remove all the energy conduits from my base situation here at some point. But yeah. So let's see. That should work. Do you want to be wood? Is that it? I always forget what the different pressure plate rules are. Or you know what? No. I know. I remember now. You need to be hit with a redstone torch to toggle you into pulse mode, not disable mode. There you go. That works. Perfect. Easy peasy. Alright, so we've got our atomic reconstructor up and running. That's nice and simple. The other thing I'd like to do is get our canola press and fermenting barrel going. I'd like to get at least, what we're working towards is oil, right? So I'd like to get empowered oil, right? And that's made by dropping an empowered canola seed into a source block of crystallized oil, which is made by dropping a crystallized canola seed into a source block of oil, and yada yada, right? So that's kind of the plan. So empowered canola seeds are made like this with the empower. Boop-a-doop, got those ready to go. Crystallized canola seeds is just canola seeds dropped into an atomic reconstructor. So I think what we're going to do is set up a bunch of glass. How are we for glass? Not terrible. Let's put this stuff away. I really just want glass and my chisel. Hey, buddy. What would be a cool looking glass? Like that looks neat. That's pretty cool. Gray bordered is nice because it's really just like a simple, glass going on. Not too shabby. I feel like that's probably where I want to be with this bad boy, right? I think that's cool. I think that works. And I think what I'm going to do is just clear out behind this wall here. And what I'm going to do is, starting from this end, we're going to work our way across. And we're probably going to use integrated dynamics to do a lot of the oil processing, right? So let's clear out some stuff here. I think we're just going to go that far with it, right? I didn't really mean to do that, but We'll fancy this up at some point. Now, I'd rather not disrupt you, buddy, but you're going to be a hassle, just the fact that you exist, aren't you? Well, I'm very glad for the fact that that cable wasn't broken by my stuffs, but I need to get wiring up there in a better way. Maybe I'll rewire this so that it goes... I got an idea. How many more of these mossy stone brick facades do we got? Enough. The applied energistics ones, not the thermodynamics ones. Right. That might be enough, and if it's not, we can get more. Oh, do we not have another one of those Certus quartz cutting knives? Oh, no, we do. We do. What are we cutting here? Aluminum? I guess I could see aluminum not being used a lot right now. Let's just get a handful more of these, because I want this to look nice, right? So what if I instead... Right, and do we have any more smart cabling in here? We do. Hooray! How's that look? Not too shabby? I like this. This works for me. Right? Look, Dyer's trying to keep it neat. At least somewhat neat. Yeah, I like that a lot, actually. Now, is that running or is that not running? Let's find out. Are you connected up there? Did I do this right? I did! Hooray! Good job, me! Alright, fancy. The fanciest of fancy. Look at that. Almost like I know what I'm doing. I really don't. But that looks cool. And then let's do boop and building gadget. No, it's copy paste. Where's builder? There you are. Thank you, sir. Build to me should work just fine for this. Boop. I like it. Perfect. All right, that looks cool, right? I like that. All right, how are we for more of that mossy stuff? We have 153, so that shouldn't be too bad. Hey, exchanger. That should be cool. And then let's do this one for the floor. Yeah, we're totally going to need more of that stuff. But that's all right. We'll figure that out in a minute. So I'm thinking what we'll do is first off, we want to access the canola that's over here, right? So let's make sure that that's up and running to a way that makes some semblance of sense. And I wouldn't mind accessing the sheep farm that's over there either. So how's my cabling looking? Could I get like 50 of you? I apparently can. Well, that's nice. That's super handy. And what I'd like is a storage bus. Right? And I think that should totally be a pattern that we know how to make, right? Now, do we know how to make sticky pistons? We don't. Right. Okay. But slime blocks, we should have a bunch of slime blocks. Okay, so let's make sure that you also know how to make sticky pistons with slime. Cool. There you are, sir. So storage bus, you should have no problem making that. As soon as you're done, that's right, I need more crafting CPUs. It's going to be a hassle, but we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm not too worried about it. That's just a to-do item for me. So that should be relatively easy to make. Nice. Okay, cool. You know, give me 2 of them. Give me 2 of them. That sounds like a pretty nice thing to have 2 of. Because we're going to want one for the wool Yeah, I'm thinking. Should we have a drawer controller over there? I feel like we probably should. I feel like a drawer controller is probably not a bad idea. Let's do that. Drawer controller, 2 of you. Cool. And then we just need a drawer. Killing me. Okay. Drawer controller. Looking good. Sweet. Alright, let's sleep through this night so that we can go set this up out there in a reasonably intelligible way. Because what I'd probably like to do is just have the wool be over here. Right? I think that's a smart move. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for being there. Wow, lots of zombies. Alright, that one's out of range. Now we have a rough idea of what our range looks like. So, let's move this drawer to over here, right? And I think the easiest probably way to do that would be just to make another drawer and pop him here. Nope. Here. And then we can have a drawer controller underneath. Yeah, I think a drawer controller sounds smartish. That looks cool. Okay. Then we'll lock this dude up. Then we can break this guy. And then your job will be to run item conduiting this way. Insert. And what that should do is then extract the wool that's in there and put it into there. And we should be cool with that. Yep, works for me. Perfect. Okay, now the only other piece we're going to want for this is we only need the one external bus dude now. If I want the external storage bus, where do I want to hook you up? Maybe I should... Is that a problem? Eh, it's kind of a problem. Realistically, I'll put like a cover on this or something. How's that sound? Okay, and then you can get the external storage bus. And then are my cables done? Yep. And then we'll just find our way into our basement. Are we under our basement yet? Roughly. Hey, there we go. Hello, basement. How you doing? So that's where I'm at. Okay, I know where I'm at. Yeah, look, there's my cabling. Nice. Alright, so I can just run this over here. I should really consider just throwing Morph in this pack. And this should work, right? At least for now, until we, you know, get into whole, like, P2P and all that nonsense. Yeah, let's just bring it down one level. I think that's fine. That's cool, right? And then what we should have available to us now is the canola and the wool that we have in here. Nice. Okay, cool. That looks good. And I think now might be as good a time as any. Should we throw void upgrades in there? I don't know if it's necessary. I'm going to say it's not necessary to put void upgrades in there at this moment. Now, why do I have a drawer? That's weird. I didn't remember putting tape on you. Right? I didn't put tape on him. Did I? I don't think so. Oh well, we'll figure it out. All right, so that's got that going. So the canola is now available to our system, right? So what we'd also now like is an export bus, which I should teach how to make because those things are always super handy. Thank you, sir. Shouldn't be too bad to craft. We just have to wait for the logic processor. Not a big deal. So let's go downstairs and set this up, right? So we're going to want fluid ducts, right? Or pressurized fluid conduits, right? Can we make more of you? We just need more quartz glass, which needs a little bit more quartz, which we can throw in our alloy smeltery to make that happen. We can even make it happen a little bit faster if we wanted to, because we're impatient. Thanks, buddy. And then I'm thinking some tanks, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Now, I don't know how much I want to do integrated dynamics here. We definitely want to do some, but we have to figure out how that's going to work, right? I'm just going to figure out how I want to do integrated dynamics. I haven't entirely decided that. Because one thing with integrated dynamics, if we want to do the world interaction stuff, like world block importer, world fluid importer, all this stuff, all requires logic directors, which requires crystallized chorused chunks, which are made in a mechanical squeezer from popped chorus fruit, which is probably a little bit of a hassle, considering we haven't been to the end yet. Now, we can get that from deep mob learning a little bit if we wanted to get into that. That's one approach. Aside from that, I don't know if there's any cool way to get chorus fruit. Right, no sneaky, interesting ways to get chorus fruit, honestly. Besides going to the end, obviously. Yeah, so I think that's definitely gated by the end, unless I get into deep mob learning. And we haven't been to the end yet, obviously, so I don't know. I mean, that doesn't sound too bad, right? We could totally do some deep mob learning stuff, right? Do you need anything in particular? No, you look all pretty straightforward. So deep mob learning, which again I added to the pack. That's not part of the pack by default. It's just a mod I like. You know, we'll see. But anyway, let's get our canola press going here to get that ball started, right? So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to teach you AE system how to make this yet, but what we definitely want is a bunch of redstone turned into this stuff. And because we have so much redstone, I'll just do a whole stack rather than not. So that should be fine. So canola press will press our canola into canola oil, and then the fermenter will turn it into refined canola oil, right? So that's pretty much how that works, right? Canola press, and then you can put that in an oil generator, but we can refine it more in a fermenting barrel, and then we can refine it more with crystallized canola seeds, and then finally empowered canola seeds. And that empowered oil is actually really pretty powerful stuff, considering it's fully grown, right? It's just a fun automation because there's a lot of different steps to it. So that's neat, right? So there's your canola press. That's where we're going to extract or export bus our canola seeds to, right? So totally that. And then fermenting barrels, if I remember correctly, fermenting barrels require a little bit more time than the press. So if I remember correctly, you want 4 barrels per press. If I remember correctly. I think that's how it worked, right? So if we popped over to here, and, you know, we popped down a canola press, like so, with some barrels around it. Now, you need power, but these guys don't, as I recall. So I might want a flux plug point here real quick. Lickety split. Thanks, buddy. And I'll probably want this under the ground. And we'll figure out running cables over to this guy in a bit. But for now, yeah, I'm trying to debate how this is going to work. Because I'm going to want multiple sides here, but that should be fine. Is that cool? You getting power? Nice. Why do I not have smooth stone? Whoops. In here. Okay, so you've got power, right? So now if I were to get canola, let's just say 16 of them. Do you evenly distribute to these guys adjacently? You do. See, look at that. Like it automatically evenly distributes to the adjacent containers, which is cool. They all get about the same amount. And then they start refining automatically for us. How cool is that? It's pretty spiffy, right? So now all we realistically need to do is export bus canola oil here, and we should be cool. I like that. Right? Export bus the canolas into the press, and we should be good. Okay. That should be doable, right? Now, how much? Not a lot. Not a lot is the answer to that question. I wanted to see how much roofing I gave myself. Not a huge amount. An idea. What if I did that? Maybe. I don't know about that, actually. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I have to figure out how I'm going to export bus canola into here. But long story short, we've got refined canola going on. I couldn't really do it. I could do it underground, but then how am I getting power in there? There's an alternate idea for power that I have that I've been toying with. Might not be a bad idea to get into that now, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Let's do you for now. Okay. Let's do our pressurized this stuff, right? So if we want this to run, do we want to do this with integrated dynamics? I wanted to do it with integrated dynamics, but then I remembered that we need to get to the end to do some of like the fancier stuff. So I think what I might do is avoid integrated dynamics and do something a little bit different. So let's do that and that and that and that and that. That all looks good. And then you can run your stuff out this way. But we won't connect it just yet, okay? But for now, and you guys are not going to be insert of any form, right? You're always going to be extracting. And it looks like I don't have to do anything with the whole extract redstone mode because it looks like this guy automatically exports his fluid, which is cool. So let's do maybe the scanner setup with extra utilities. Does that sound cool? All right, guys. So I think I'm going to do it with the scanner collector method that I've used in the past, which works pretty well. I wanted to do integrated dynamics, but like I said, I have to go to the end to get popped chorus fruit, and technically, like the right way to do that involves killing the dragon. And I don't think I want to kill the dragon for this build, so we'll have to do some integrated dynamics fun another time. But basically, what we're looking to do here, right, is if we were going to get canola, let's get some canola seeds. Get some crystallized one. And like I said, we're going to automate that a bit, right? And then let's get some more canola and pop you into there, right? So you're going to start pressing, and then you're going to start fermenting, and everybody's going to get lots of canola, and that's going to be cool. Okay. Sweet. Now, what we want to do is have a fluid placer and a fluid collector and a couple scanners here. Now, do we have, like, red alloy wire? We do. Sweet. From Project Red. That's what's up. Okay. Is there a better way to make that, or is that kind of the way to do it? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, well, this will be fine. I'm not too worried. I think 24 is a good number for me. Yeah. Do. Sweet. So we're definitely going to want some of this stuff. Some of this stuff. Okay, and I would love a NOT gate or two. Do we have those? Ah, we do from Project Red. Nice. Okay, cool. So we're going to want some of these guys, some of these, and at least one 2 of these. That works. And I think we need a screwdriver from Project Red. Perfect. And then we'll get to work. So what we're going to do is build a system that can detect when there's canola oil in the world. And if there is, the way to make crystallized canola oil is to drop one of these crystallized seeds into a source block of canola oil. So first off, we need a fluid placer. Okay, that's going to go like right here, I think. So this is going to be our setup area for where this is going to go. We're going to ultimately need 2 scanners, and we're going to need our fluid placer, and we're going to need a fluid collector. Okay, now the fluid collector, we want it to only collect when the fluid in the world is, and we're going to do this here. Sure, why not? There you go. We want to only collect when the fluid that's in the world is crystallized canola oil. So we're going to detect that to be true. And what do we want to do here? We probably want a NOT gate here. And then where's my screwdriver? There, and then shift click to toggle it so that it's like that. That works. Cool. And then we want our Project Red alloy wire here. Okay, cool. All right. So you're gonna, the way this block works, the scanner from Extra Utilities, is it can detect a certain type of block, right? So for now, let's tell it to detect smooth stone, right? So we're gonna set it to smooth stone, right? And when I hit set there, notice that it's going to emit a redstone signal if stone is there, right? So right now, it's not emitting a redstone signal from the scanner, which means the fluid collector is getting a redstone signal, which means it won't pick up fluids, okay? If we place the stone there, it'll turn on the redstone signal, turn off the redstone signal going to the collector, and then the collector will collect whatever fluid is there. Cool beans? Okay, that looks pretty straightforward. I like that. So that's that. Now this scanner is going to wind up doing something really important. It's going to, and I might need to rearrange a few things here, but that's okay. I might have to change something real quick. We'll see. You, sir, need to be the dropper. Cool. Just get all kinds of mess out of here. Now, I don't know how easy it is to rotate that, but that works. Perfect. Okay, so let's set you back to smooth stone for a minute, because I want you not picking stuff up unless I really want you to. But your job, Mr. Scanner, will be to detect when there's refined canola oil, so this stuff. And you're going to send a redstone signal here. Probably you're going to need a NOT gate as well, too, because I want this in deactivation mode. So let's see if I can set this up correctly. There you are. How can I set you up in a coolish kind of way? Will you do that? Oh, you do. Nice. Okay, perfect. That's what I want. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Look at that. Just can't put a block there or it'll disconnect that, but that's okay. So your job will be to detect refined canola and trigger this thing to drop his canola seed, right? So actually, I don't want it to be a NOT. Well, yeah, that's what I want. So let's do that real quick. Hang on. All right, so it's only going to drop now when there's that type of block there. Perfect. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. So I think I set all this up right, but we're about to find out. So first thing we need to do is get ourselves an actual source block of refined canola. So to do that, we're going to want our pressurized fluid conduits to come in here. And then we're going to want to connect this, right? And what we're going to see here, and I'm just going to, you know, cover this up. So it's going to spill a little bit, but that's okay, right? Connect this. And then he's going to place a single source block of refined canola there, because that's what the placer does. So the placer places the refined canola block, okay? Then we want this scanner right here to detect when there's a source block of canola. Now, real quick, what I'd like to do is set my magnet to blacklist crystallized canola seeds so that you don't accidentally magnet that up, because that would be sad. It shouldn't matter because it's sitting right on top of the source block, so it should convert. Basically, the instant that the source block is hit by the crystallized canola, it should turn into refined canola. Cool? So if I do this, boom, it's set to current block, and that's cool. And it used one of my crystallized canola seeds there. So what happened is, when I set it to crystallized canola, it said, hey, there's crystallized canola there, why don't I emit a redstone signal from the scanner? The scanner's redstone signal turned off the NOT gate, which allowed one crystallized canola seed to drop into the pool, and then it turned into a different block, so it turned, the scanner said, hey, that's not refined canola anymore, so I'm going to turn off my redstone signal, which stopped the dropper from happening. How cool is that? Now, you are only allowed to pick things up when the block above this is stone, but we're going to change it to be crystallized. And that should have done something cool. And you're in deactivation mode, so let's actually put a lever here if I can. Because what I'd like to have is this only run when I want it to for a sec. So by that, he won't be able to place fluids anymore. So what derpage did I do with you? You are in deactivation mode. You are crystallized oil? That seems right. You might be happening to need to do that. Boom. How cool is that? All right. So now he picked up his crystallized oil. See that redstone pulse that happened? He said, I'm refined canola now, or crystallized oil. So I'm going to say, because I'm crystallized, I'm going to let the fluid collector pick me up. Cool. So watch what happens when I flip this lever real quick. What should happen is it will allow the refined canola to place. This scanner will detect that there's refined canola, so he'll allow one seed to drop. The seed will drop into the pool, turning it into crystallized oil, which will allow the fluid collector to pick it up, and then once the fluid collector picks it up, the fluid placer can place it again. See that? Until we run out of canola. How great is that? How cool is that? I think that's pretty cool, right? And that's it. We're done, right? So I get this thing out of here, and we're done. Now what I might do is just put a little bit of glass right here so we can actually see that happening if we want to, going forward. But that's pretty spiffy, I think. That is what's up, okay? So again, we get more canola here. Now watch what happens when it fills up. So this is what we should experience, right? Because one thing we want to handle all the potential things that could happen here. So one thing that could happen is this is full of crystallized canola. So what's going to happen? What's going to happen is this guy will sit here with crystallized canola waiting for a space to be made for a pickup, which means that he won't be able to place any more refined canola. See, look, we just got another bucket. And because he's crystallized and he's not refined, he won't continue to drop seeds, which is another important thing we want to make sure of, right? So this is like, I did do this same build in my Dungeons, Dragons, and Space Shuttle series, but it's so compact and perfect, I just don't think that there's anything else I could do, right? Like, it's just pretty darn perfect. It's super compact, it's super nice. We now have 8 buckets of crystallized canola, so the next test here will be when this thing fills up. We should see that it just stays crystallized canola in the source block area until we make room in here, which is pretty much what we want, right? And that's pretty awesome. Look at that, perfect. Perfect. Loving it. Now, basically what we're going to do is the exact same setup, but for empowered canola oil, right? So we're going to do the exact same thing, but we're going to be placing the crystallized oil in the world. We're going to be scanning for crystallized oil. If we find it, we're going to drop the empowered canola seed in, and then we'll pick up the empowered oil. So very similar build. All right, guys, so I think that's a good wrapping up point for this episode. We've got crystallized canola oil going on here. Now we want to get empowered canola going. So between episodes, I'm knocking out an empower and display stand. I'm going to figure out where I'm going to put it in this little back room here. And I might have to shuffle some things around to make sure everything fits. But long story short, the goal is that next episode, we'll kind of build a system that will make empowered canola oil for us, which should be cool. And hopefully we've got enough seeds and stuff going on over here. Not really. That's okay. We look like we're making seeds. Slowly but surely. So we'll get there. Hello, zombie. How are you? Nice to see you, sir. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Maybe I'll watering can up the thing a little bit, or at least just kind of get it going faster for just a few minutes, because I want to make sure we have enough seeds and canola so that we can do the thing. The goal is empowered oil next episode, and then probably the oil generator, so we can actually start using, or at least converting, the fluid. See, look, we are literally exactly making enough power right now. You can see by the small amount of RF we have in our energy cell that, like, we are just borderline enough power. I think we're actually losing power in total, which is not good, which we absolutely need to resolve. So let's throw some coal at this steam dynamo, and then real quick get to next episode, because I need more power. All right, Darryl20 signing off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.